Okay, I said there would come part 2, and I didn't lie. Okay, because warning, I have very warning. There is severe salination incoming, aka I am very salty. So anyone who doesn't like salty videos, you may click off now. You have been warned. Go. Do something else. Anything else. Because these stories are gonna, oh my god. Now, since I was talking about Pokemon before, let's stick with that for a little bit. Okay. So I was playing some Pokemon Showdown. Now, mind you, a lot of people on that simulator tend to be mediocre. I just lost 4 straight games, and I lost to, let me tell everyone something right now. When you burn something I desperately not burn and get a crit on a Mega Tyranitar that I know would take literally no damage from a Starmie Scald, of all things, a piece of crap like Starmie, who is a mediocre special attacker, unless it's Life Orbed or Specs. This was leftovers, okay? It would have done nothing. This was not a Hydro Pump. This was not even a Surf. It was a Scald. That's 1. Now here's 2. I have a Claymore. Never burns that. Now, one may already see why I'm a bit salty. The thing I don't give a damn if it's burned because it has Magic Guard. What does it do? It doesn't burn. RNG, well done. Now, second part. Now, people may think I'm bitching and it's luck-based, you can't complain. Luck-based stuff is BS. Okay, when it happens that frequently, it's bullshit. And anyone who argues that point, click off this video now. Seriously, because it's just going to get me saltier. And you just don't argue with me. Just don't, because it's not worth it for anybody. Now, so basically, this annoying ass Starfish and this Heatran on this team proceed to troll me to death. And this guy doesn't have enough ways to burn people, although HP Fire doesn't burn, but he has a Mega Venusaur. Try one of the bulkiest things in OU. Now, do you think I have something that can break that? Oh, of course I do. I have a Landorus. Does it matter? Now he has Stealth Rock up. I'm at 7%. Even better. So my Landorus goes down the tubes. Meaning, because 7%, even if you're neutral to Stealth Rock, you die. That's fun. Then, to top it off, again, he burns my Mega Tyranitar. And here's the kicker. He burns... What else did he burn? Hold on 1 minute. He burns my Deoxys Speed with Lava Plume. Which people who are predicting that to get banned, by the way, I'll tell you something. It could, but its damage output without crits or specs is underwhelming. I would have barely two-shotted a Togekiss with Ice Beam, which is really pathetic. I mean, Togekiss has respectable special defense, but it's a Life Orb Ice Beam, for heaven's sake, without a crit. That's just really sad. That's, like, disgusting. It's way more likely to get banned than what Talonflame was at the beginning of this gen. People were like, oh, Talonflame will get banned because Gale Wing's a really good ability. So is Protean on Greninja. Who the hell cares? Jesus. If Pokemon got banned for their abilities, Greninja would have been banned about 10 years ago, before it even existed. Protean's a really phenomenal ability. Particularly because, oh, you bring in Keldeo, oh, have an extra sensory. Oh, you bring in Aurora Wash, have Hidden Power Grass. Greninja's annoying, and he's very good. And actually, I should replace one of the members on that team I'm describing with him, because he'd probably work a lot better. He just is better. He's faster. He has less special attack than what I currently have as my main special sweeper besides Deoxys. But still, at least he can change types like a chameleon, change his skin. But no. If I'd had Greninja, dealing with the Heatran wouldn't have been a problem. Because I could have just run Life Orb instead. But no, I had to run something that's bulkier, so therefore I didn't want to run Life Orb and cut its bulk. I ran Expert Belt. Very smart. But it didn't matter because it still got the kills it needed to kill. It kills Mega Tyranitar every single time, so who cares? That sweeper is Keldeo, by the way. Now, as if that's not enough to get me salty, let's see, what else happened? Oh, that's right. I lost to a guy who, what did he have? The Thunderous Landorus thing, which is just classic OU now. What do I expect anymore? It's just that, For anyone who does owe you now, expect that every match. You're going to run to Landorus Eye and Thunderous Eye every match. And Mawile. Mawile's TMs, and the guy Aegis Slash, and I forget what his other two were. Disturbing. That's the trend in OU, though. That's why I don't know if it's probably inconsistent team building. I don't know what it is on my part I'm talking about, not the opponents. I'm talking about my part because, quite frankly, OU, the metagames do not change that much in one day. For people who know Pokemon well enough, like, it just doesn't happen. And, well, it's kind of stupid. But then again, all that RNG shit is really stupid. And quite frankly, there are a lot of days I thought, take it out of the damn game, but that would disengage a lot of what the game's about. But yeah, so that's just part one. I mean, and then, let's see. Whereas every other tier, I'm excelling, and that's what's disturbing. I go from over 1,700 to down to 1,620. Wonderful. In 4 games. Great. Splendid. It was like 25 a game. Splendid. Ridiculous. So stupid. Maybe I should make another team in a different tier because it's just so dumb. And that team was winning. It had, I think, 10 or 11 straight wins. And then it's just, oh no, let's just... Then one guy misplayed. I shouldn't really critique. I can't critique him for this actually at all. I had a scissor out. He had a mega scissor. Now, mind you, when people don't know how to play a certain Pokemon, it's quite hilarious. And this guy, he was decent, but he didn't know how to play his mega scissor well. And the thing is that if you get up +6 with a regular scissor, it is way more frightening than a defensive mega scissor. Way more frightening. And, well, I had Bullet Punch and Knockoff. Let's put it like this. My knockoff at +4 did 75% to his Mega Scissor. And that says a lot, because Mega Scissor has 140 base defense, which is like God tier defense. And basically speaking, it trucked it. And then my +4 Bullet Punch did about 85% to a Hippowdon from full health. So that says a lot too. And then he tried to start slack off bullshitting, so I used ST again. And I got to +6 by being a little bit greedy. And I basically trucked his team. And then on the last turn, he just trucks me back because I should have roosted on his Mega Scissor. Because little did I realize, he didn't have U-turn. He had knockoff Bullet Punch Swords Dance Roost, and like I did, and he was baiting me. Which was just great. He had the exact same set as me, only Megarized. I don't know how you would say that, but only Mega, there we go. But it's a joke. But that was more my fault. But honestly, the fact that other guy never burned my Clefable, like, it doesn't care about burn one fucking bit. Its one offensive move is Moonblast. Oh. It's not like 4th or 5th gen where you could run Life Orb, Magic Guard, Double Edge. It's not like that. Because burn, as much doesn't affect you damage-wise with Magic Guard, it still affects your attack stat, which some people get confused with. It does affect it. So your attack will be halved. But still, most of those Clefables back then ran Fire Blast, Grass Knot, Double Edge, Soft Boiled. So 2 of their offensive moves weren't even phased, so who cares? But the main point is that Stab was. Now it's Stab isn't, because most of them run Moonblast, because it doesn't even get play rough anyway. Yet Clef Key does. Game Freak, let me ask you something. How does a pair of keys play rough? I'm trying to fathom that. I really can't. I've never seen keys get up and attempt to wrestle with me. I've never seen that. Maybe I'm just not living in the right place. I don't know. I don't know. My stupid jokes aside, really. Azumarill and Mawile, that makes sense. Stellan makes sense. It's a dog. Mightyena makes sense. It's a hyena, dog, hybrid thing. Mabob, whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. Those all make sense. Even Dedenne learns to play rough. But Clefable doesn't. Something about that doesn't click right. Even Skunk Tank learns it. Now, I don't think I'd want a skunk playing rough with me. Just saying. Because you would probably get covered in that stenchy, nasty stuff from its tail. And that's not good. My old dog had that happen to him. It wasn't a good thing from what I hear. I didn't have the dog then. My uncle still had him, but really it was not a good thing. You did have to bathe him in tomato juice, which is not something I would ever like to have to do to anything. But yeah. So Skunk Tank, who's the other one? Drapion, no, Drapion doesn't. I take that back. Absol gets it, which makes sense. He's sort of like a dog-wolf thing. But again, Clefable doesn't, and it's pure fairy. Then again, neither does Xerneas. Mr. Oberon, King of Fairies. He doesn't get it. Logic much? Arceus I understand, because Arceus can change types, so of course he wouldn't get it. That sort of makes sense that he doesn't. The others, that's bamboozling. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's sort of my little salty rant about OU. Oh my god. Hacks to hell. Like, legitimately hacks to hell. I do not even comprehend. But yeah. So that sucked. Yeah. It was just awful. And mind everyone here, I have over 100 teams on Pokemon Showdown, so you would think I could find something. But once I get with a team for a while, I want to stick with it and test it. And I don't know why this team has stopped working. And this is a legitimate thing, now most people who play the competitive meta lately know this, that this is almost standard on Keldeo, whether he specs him or what item he is. I run HP Flying. Now the reason you do this, and I mentioned this in past videos, you do it for Mega Venusaur, Mega Heracross, because otherwise if you don't burn it with Scald, it's going to truck you with Bullet Seed. Or with Close Combat or Arm Thrust, whatever the hell it wants to run. It's going to truck you. 185 attack's nothing to scoff at. Higher than Deoxys attack. Yep, just mess things up. And also for Mega Medicham, because if you don't burn that thing with Scald, it will destroy you with Psycho Cut. So, although when played incorrectly, then you have people who run things like creative things, but not great things. You know, you've like Crocodile I've seen today. What was it? Conkeldurr is still good, but he's not as used, I don't think, right now. Aegis Life's on that team who's used on every fucking team, so why am I surprised? Medicham, the guy didn't know how to play his pokes, though. He used his he let his Crocodile die to bullet punch from Scissor. I don't know what he was thinking about. I wish I understood that. But yeah, Crook is cool. You know, he also on a Latias. Crook is cool. I mean, hell, I know a lot of people name him King K. Rool. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, great. So witty. But I don't know. It just I like Crook and Yu. He's better in that tier, I think. Especially now with Lucario running around, you can sort of intimidate pivot. You can go to him, then go to something like a Florges and just take all of Lucario's hits. Because Luke, unless he boosts, is not that strong. After Intimidate. Although if he's special, you're screwed. Because Flash Cannon will severely hurt Florges. Yeah. But yeah. So that's a thing. Also, random side note, I'm surprised with all the people who try Specs Keldeo, or use Specs Keldeo, I should say, or even Scar Keldeo. Why hasn't anyone tried Assault Vest? If you're going to run 4 offensive moves anyway, you would at least live a Thunderbolt from a leftovers Thundurus. You wouldn't die. You'd live with, like, I think, a quarter, maybe a little less or a little more. I don't know. Just a thought. Because really, then just run, like, Scald, some random hidden power of your choice, Secret Sword, and, like, Icy Wind, probably. Why people don't do that, I don't know, but whatever. If Icy Wind's not your preference, you can run another water move or something, run Surfer Hydro Pump. But ultimately, Keldeo is very good in OU, and that's why the fact he was even UU for any bit of time this generation is a disgrace. But Latias kind of hard checks him, though, which is sad. That happened to mine so much today, too, and that was the other thing that got me really fucking salty every time. Well, I predict your Keldeo, go to freaking Latias. Screw off. Ugh. People are supposed to not be that great at this. And yet it seems like they're learning, which I can't complain about, but at the same time, it's like, really? It's not supposed to be a thing. But yeah, so anyway. Oh, yeah. If I look tired, guys, it's because I am a little tired. And I'm just kind of bummed out about some stuff, so don't let that, discourage you from trying to enjoy this video. I'm like I said, I'm kind of bummed out about some things. Yeah, you know that saying, if you could build a time machine, all you people who watch this. My God. Just hard to miss someone. It's really hard. It's really hard when they don't even understand how much they're missed and how important they are. And that's just a really sad thing. It's a really, really sad thing. Like, I don't know. And that's why I don't know if I will upload any content from Showdown or from any other simulator, because there's a guy I like to play it with and he hasn't been around lately, and it's sort of really making me just down. But yeah. So, what else? Yeah, it's kind of just hit me in the dumps. It's not, yeah. But yeah, and now I guess I'll sort of end on this with a little thing. So I talked about Greninja a little bit earlier. I'm going to talk about him again. Not only is he supposed to be in the next Brawl game, but well, actually, he is going to be in the next Brawl game, not supposedly. But here's the other, I guess, really good thing. People compare Greninja and Keldeo a lot. Now, I don't know how people can make that comparison when they're two different entities, literally. Because you can run Choice Specs Greninja and still outspeed things like Thundurus, Latias. You can't do that with Keldeo. Latias in the Elite 110 speed tier. Thundurus is 1 point higher. They're fast as fuck. And you will not easily outpace them. Now, the thing is that Greninja is 122. That is blazing. That is faster than Tornadus Therian and Hawlucha. That is frighteningly fast. And with Timid Specs, he outspeeds so many things, and he kills a lot of things because of Protean. Oh my God. Specs Greninja is actually really underrated, I think, personally, with the right support. But yeah, Keldeo is better if you want more bulk and a better defensive typing, because he resists rock, steel, bug, ice, fire. What's the other thing? Here's something else too. Dark. 6 resistances, which is impressive. And unlike his brother Terrakion, he's weak to only grass. I think I said he resists water too. He resists water as well. He's only weak to grass, electric, fairy, flying. I believe that's, and psychic. So 5 compared to Terrakion's 7. And psychic is not that common. The others are a little more prevalent and a little more worrisome, but even then. So that's pretty cool. And the rest of everything he's neutral to. Like normal, he's neutral. Ghost, he's neutral. I can't think of what else. Poison. So. Yeah. But the people who compare Keldeo and Greninja, in my opinion, almost have kind of nerve. Because, like, they're not the same. Again, Keldeo's bulkier. He can actually one-shot Tyranitar unlike Greninja. Although Greninja has a much easier time against things like Rotom Wash. Considering most Keldeo now run HP Flying, it is never hurting Rotom Wash, like, ever in a million years. Even with Specs, unless you're locked in a Secret Sword, you're not hurting it. And it will just truck you with Volt Switch. So you're better off. Greninja can easily check Rotom Wash. It can somewhat, not check Tyranitar, but it can easily dispose of it after, like, 2 hits or so. And it can a lot more easily take on Latias than Keldeo. But still, Keldeo does have merits. So does Greninja. So if I ever, like, I ran into that, I think, more on forums than anything, but if anyone compares them, just think, they're not the same damn thing. I mean, I guess that's why you're comparing them, but some people are like, oh my God, couldn't you just run that instead of that? They serve different roles, for heaven's sake. If you want a really fast revenge killer, run Greninja. If you want a bulkier one who can actually switch and take a hit, not instantly faint, run Keldeo. Actually, wait a minute, more. Actually, going on that rant, I realized there's 3 bulky things. Actually, wait. 2, 3. He's somewhat bulky because of his typing. I should probably run Greninja. Jesus. I was worried because you know what? Here's the thing. Keldeo is this bug. Greninja doesn't. I have a bug weak on this team I made, and that's the problem. So, but I might think about doing that. So, yeah. But, yeah, I hope people enjoy this. This was kind of like just my little thing. And I hope everyone saw that video before. Oh, and, you know, anyone who's hyped for Mega Sable, I am now that its ability got revealed. Kind of a dumb choice. I don't know. I personally was hoping it would have Wonder Guard just to be an absolute troll and a dick. But hey, friggin' Magic Bounce, I guess, works, whatever. But yeah, so, anyway, Yeah. So, I don't know. Just seems like an odd choice. I guess with a gem, you know, can bounce stuff back. I guess it's sort of, if you looked at the design a little more intricately speaking, it makes sense, but I don't know. I personally prefer Wonder Card. Look at me, I'm literally to fairy. Jesus. Which is why I originally thought maybe part of the reason they invented fairies, hey, they're going to come out and make us say Wonder Card, but no, they didn't think that far ahead. Actually, that would have been funny. Because then you'd have Mega Apps on every team, because Magic Bounce, you can bounce back as Will-O-Wisp at it, and then you can hit it with Player Up and get rid of it. But no, that's stupid. So, whatever. Yeah. Anyway. This is MD865. I think that's it. And, if there's a part 3, it'll probably be shorter than this. But yeah, anyway. If I make one. Because I'm in sort of a video mood, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Like I said, if there isn't showdown content, eventually people have to forgive it. I really don't plan on doing it because I was hoping to eventually. It'd be great to do a dual commentary. I mean, yeah. So anyway, I'm out. Goodbye.